Hi everyone, and welcome to this new channel. Thanks to anyone who stumbled across it and decided to give it a listen. You might notice that the name of the channel is a little bit weird, it's a little bit long, and that's basically because I've been wanting to try vlogging on my primary interests of books and strength training for a while now, and that's kind of the name fit, even though it's a little bit weird, so that's kind of where the idea of this has come from. For anyone especially interested in the book content or book reviews or discussion, whatever you want to call it. The genre I read most is probably fantasy, but I also really enjoy historical fiction, especially medieval and ancient historical fiction, and mysteries as well, leaning more towards Nordic noir and traditional British detective mysteries, Gothic fiction, Gothic horror, especially from the 18th and 19th centuries, and also a range of dystopian fiction, sci-fi, and horror too. I can't say that I'm strictly focused on new releases. That's definitely not the case. In most cases, I don't read books I'm interested in the year that they're released. It usually takes a while, especially since I tend to wait for the paperback to come out. I don't buy a lot of hardcover. I think probably the only exception to that is my favorite author, who is Bernard Cornwell. Usually, especially when it comes to the Saxon stories, I'll buy the new releases once the same year that they come out. Um, I also tend to like to read across different decades and time periods. In many cases, I'm interested too in the history of certain genres, lately, especially dystopian fiction and apocalyptic fiction. So I might do a few videos on that. And then on the fitness side of things, things are get more specific. And for that reason, it might not appeal to everyone. My intent with that is especially targeting a specific community, although the information shared would be useful for any beginners or intermediate lifters. Um, Basically, being a trans guy who is not on testosterone and doesn't intend to go on testosterone in the near future. There's definitely some things I've noticed within our lifting communities for the trans community, especially trans guys, that I kind of want to address or help us move our mindset beyond those things. Uh, First of all, there tends to be a pretty defeatist or pessimistic attitude when it comes to what can be achieved without going on testosterone. And of course, being on T does accelerate things. It is a big advantage, don't get me wrong, but it doesn't mean that you can't achieve great levels of strength or a solid physique without it. So that's one of the things that I kind of want to talk about a little bit. The other thing is I notice a lot of misinformation being circulated in our communities, especially for beginner lifters, even early intermediates. I'd basically like to use this channel as a platform for debunking a lot of that misinformation, especially around programming, supplements, nutrition. So that is mainly my intent with this. A lot of book discussion. I'll probably do things like monthly wrap-ups. The next video will probably be my spooky season reading, and then alternating with some fitness content. Some of it might be more specific to trans guys, but a lot of the information, again, will be applicable to anyone. So with that, thank you again for listening, and see you next time.